going on, Blueprint Nation? Listen, today's video, we are going to talk about how you should be able to go ahead and set up your LLC the right way in 2026. All right, we get a lot of questions about not only how to build business credit, but what is the right way to go ahead and build up your LLC? What's the first steps? What's the next step that you should do? Well, guess what? We are going to go ahead and answer all of these questions for you. So you definitely want to stay locked in if you're looking to go ahead and get your LLC set up the right way. All right, let's check it out.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep.
Hey, what's going on, Blueprint Nation? Listen, welcome to another episode of the Respect My Blueprint show, where in this platform, we talk about everything in business credit, personal funding, personal finance, business funding, as well as entrepreneurship, right? I said a mouthful right there. But listen, this is pretty much the channel where you want to go ahead and level up in your business or level up in the next step of unlocking financial freedom. This is the place to be. All right. So cool beans. Now, in this video, I want to talk about what is the right way and the proper steps on how you should go ahead and set up your LLC in 2026. All right. And I feel like this is a necessary video because a lot of people, there's a lot of information that's floating around in social media as well as online, even on YouTube a little bit. But, some of it may be a little outdated. Some of it may be, not the misinformation, not correct steps or whatever the case may be. So I felt it was necessary that me and my team went ahead and share with everyone the right steps on for you on how you should be able to go ahead and set up your LLC the right way. All right. Now, before we go ahead and get started, it is very important that I go ahead and say this quick disclaimer because of the nature of the video and everything. Now, this video, of course, is only for entertainment purposes only, guys. So listen, I do highly recommend if you want to be able to go ahead and set up your LLC that you do consult with a tax professional or your financial advisor to go ahead and make sure that you are dotting your I's and cross your T's. Okay. So of course, we want to make sure that we got that disclaimer put out there for everybody. All right, cool beats. Now listen, we are going to talk about structure in this video, not just hustling, not just, putting some quick LLC together or anything like that. Okay. Because listen, if you want to go ahead and build wealth, if you want to build funding for yourself and do it the right way and set up the right foundation, of course, it all starts with making sure that you have the right steps set up for your business and everything, right? So in this video, we are going to talk about, and we're going to walk through the proper steps on how you should set up your LLC, the appropriate steps on how to do so. What's the right structure for you, right? And also making sure that you do so where you're able to protect yourself as well too, all right? So you definitely want to go ahead and check out this entire video. Don't miss any steps. So therefore you are doing the right thing, all right? So let's get into it, okay? So first of all, understanding, I think it's best that we start off by, understanding the importance of building an LLC for yourself, right? Because when you build an LLC, it's just not a formality, right? It's pretty much you're building your financial firewall. All right. It's like a firewall, not just financially, but also for your business as well. And that firewall is essentially protecting yourself, separating yourself from the actual business itself, right? Hence the word LLC, which stands for limited liability company. Okay. So what it essentially does is separates you from the business, meaning, it protects you from your personal assets, such as your home, your car, your savings. And, if ever it comes to the event that your business faces any type of a litigation, lawsuit, or anything like that. So it's very important that you have that understanding. What is the ultimate protection that an LLC brings to you? Okay. Also, most people not even aware of this, but according to the SBA, over 70% of business owners operate as a sole proprietor, which actually puts them at greater risk to succumb to some of these risks that may come in the event of having a business such as a lawsuit or something like that. So essentially understand when you form an LLC, you legally become two entities. Number one, yourself, okay, the individual, and number two, the business. All right. So your LLC is the business. So it's very important that you set up an LLC to go ahead and protect yourself. That's why, real estate investors, contractors, online entrepreneurs, they all use LLC as it creates a protection instantly from day one. All right. Now, the first step when you want to go ahead and create your LLC, choosing the right state that you want to go ahead and form your LLC. Okay. Now, naturally, the state that you reside in is the state that you want to go ahead and form your LLC. So if you live in Florida, you want to do it in the state of Florida. If you do it in Texas, and so on and so forth. Okay. When you start filing in different states and everything like that, it could lead to extra fees as well as compliance issues as well too. Now, of course, there are states that are known where you could file an LLC where you could take advantage of is anonymity, such as the state of Delaware, the state of Nevada, where you can be able to go ahead and hide the identity of the owners behind the LLC. But if that is not the case, or if that's not something that you're looking to pursue in your business, I highly recommend, of course, you creating an LLC in the state that you reside in. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, picking the name of your LLC. Now, of course, many of us have already have this in mind when we're ready to get into business. We pretty much have the name that we want to go ahead and name our business, right? So this should be an easy step for most people. But remember, your LLC is not just paperwork, it is actually the brand that you're building for your business. This is a very important part of any blueprint when you're getting ready to launch your business, that you take into mind of the brand that you want to build, right? And this is very important because, as you see nowadays in 2026, especially in the height of social media, when brand awareness and being able to get your business out there is plays a huge role in the success of your business. So it's very, very important that you pick a name that is unique to not only yourself, but that is going to allow your business to scale and grow, right? So you don't want to pick something that's too complicated. You want to pick something that's relatable to the public, something that may be a little that's catchy, edgy, or whatever the case may be. But put some thought into it and make sure that you pick a name for your business that also is brandable, in other words. So once you have done that, then the next step is, of course, selecting a registered agent for your LLC. Okay. Now, I feel like this is a very important step that a lot of people overlook when they're ready to go ahead and launch their LLC, because every LLC needs a registered agent. Now, this is the person or a service that actually receives the legal documents for your business. Okay. So typically in this instance, you have two options here, guys. Now, you could either become your own registered agent, which is, of course, this is the most common option because, of course, it's cheaper and you could be able to go ahead and receive any type of correspondence that comes for your business. The only downside is, of course, any address or phone numbers or anything that you place under this particular section does become public information. All right. Now, this other option, which also that I highly recommend, is hiring a registered agent service. Okay. Now, typically these companies act as the liaison for you and your for your LLC, where they would receive any legal correspondences for you, and they typically charge a small fee, which is somewhere around $99 per year. But of course, the great thing about it is that it keeps your information private. So therefore, whenever you register your LLC, it's going to be under, and on the registered agent section is going to have the registered agent service versus you listed on this particular section here. So, and as a matter of fact, in 2025, over 58% of LLCs use third party services for their registered agent. And this is a great way to, keep your name off of public databases, and also a good way, again, to protect your information being disclosed in the public domain. All right. So once you have selected your registered agent, now, of course, we're getting into the meat and potatoes of filing your articles of corporation or articles of organization. Now, this is the moment where your actual business becomes real here, guys. Okay. And what you would do, you would go to the website of your Secretary of State. Okay, you would file the actual LLC and fill out your articles of organization. Now, a quick tip before I strongly recommend, if you watch any of my previous content, I also state this as well. Before you do so, you want to make sure that you have a dedicated business address and a dedicated business phone number and email prior to registering your LLC or prior to registering your articles of incorporation. Because, of course, this is going to help you out in the long run, guys, because not only is this going to be the information that's going to be published or attached to the LLC and published with the LLC. But naturally, once you're ready to go ahead and do things such as trying to get business credit, trying to get business funding, you want to be able to go ahead and have this contact information already listed and attached and associated with your LLC versus your home address. So therefore, everything is uniform. It makes you a lot less riskier in the eyes of lending or lenders, right? Lenders, of course, they want to see that you have a dedicated office, that you have a dedicated phone number. And of course, if you do this before registering your articles of organization, you're one step ahead of the game. All right, guys. So typically, most states, when it charge anywhere from $100 to $200 to register your articles of corporation or articles of organization. So you want to go ahead and check your Secretary of State to see what is the filing fee. And of course, once you go ahead and file it and is registered within the state, then that's when your LLC actually becomes real and is legitimate. Okay. Now, the next step, of course, again, it's a very critical step that I feel that a lot of people are overlooked. That's why we're releasing this video, because, guys, I want to give you the actual blueprint on the steps that you need to set up your LLC. And the next step is creating your operating agreement. Okay. Now, this is very important. A lot of people skip this step here because they feel like, oh, I don't need it. What is the operating agreement? Nobody really asked for it. But listen, this is very important because although your state doesn't require it, I still strongly recommend that you do it anyway, right? And the reason why, because the operating agreement defines who owns the company, how the profits are split, what happened if a partner leaves. It actually is the internal document for you and the owners dictating the terms and conditions of the actual company within itself. Okay. So look at it as the constitution for your business, right? So it's extremely important that you go ahead and have one set up for your LLC. For single member LLCs, having a simple one-page document is enough. You don't need anything more than that. But once you start getting to a multi-member LLC where you have multiple partners and owners of the business, you should definitely outline the structure of the business within the operating agreement, which is going to have the voting rights, the roles, and the plans all clearly stated out. Okay. So there's free templates that you can download from websites such as the SBA that will help you go ahead and draft one or put together an operating agreement. Or you could even check out the Uptrend business software, which I'm going to talk about later on in this video, which will help you draft one absolutely free. Okay, cool. So just one. All right, cool. All right. All right. So the next step, once you have created your operating agreement, is setting up your EIN number, getting an EIN number. For those who don't know what an EIN number is, this is your employer identification number. Okay. Now, this serves sort of like what I would say. This is like your business's social security number. Okay. And you would be able to go ahead and obtain this number absolutely free. Doesn't cost anything. You go directly to the IRS's website at irs.gov, and you could go ahead and apply and obtain this number, and it'll be issued to you pretty much instantly once you apply for it. Right. So This number is very important because you're going to need it not only for tax purposes, but to be able to open up a business bank account, you know, funding applications, most filing business taxes and everything like that. So again, this is a very important number. Like I said, it's like the social security number for your business. Okay. So again, it's absolutely free. Go directly to the IRS's website and you'll be able to instantly get one once you apply. All right. So then once you have went ahead and got your EIN number, the next step is how to categorize your business, whether it's a S corp or a C corp, right? So the tax election is very, very important when it comes to your LLC. You definitely want to decide on how you want it to get taxed. All right. So now, if you're a single member LLC, by default, is already going to be regarded as a disregarded entity, meaning that your profit passes straight through your personal tax return. All right. So this is automatically by default for any single member LLC. But here's the real game, right? What you want to do is you're going to want to file a form 20 2553 and select S Corp status, right? And you want to do this, of course, within the first 75 days of you forming your LLC. Now, this can reduce your self-employment taxes by over 15% if your business earns over $60,000. Okay. Now, of course, as your business grows, again, like I mentioned, talk to a CPA or your financial advisors about when to switch once you start earning more money, or if you start incorporating more members and anything like that. Then they will go ahead and discuss, switching to a C Corp and what's the benefits of that. All right. Hey, what's going on, Blueprinters? This is a video that I want to go ahead and share with you guys to encourage you guys to go ahead and join the Blueprinter community. If you want to go ahead and level up to that next level in building generational wealth, as well as empowering yourselves on financial literacy and credit literacy, I definitely encourage you to go ahead and join the Blueprint movement. We have some great things that's up and coming down the pipeline of this year. Many of you guys know my rags to riches story started actually right after the pandemic. With that story and my experience during that time frame of me being a successful serial entrepreneur, launching the different ventures that we're launching here, I felt like it's an obligation for me to go ahead and share it with you guys in my experiences, as well as, the trials and tribulations that I was able to learn and overcome. With that being said, guys, definitely go ahead and join the Blueprinter community. Tap in with us. We have some major things coming down the pipeline. I'm very excited with the movement. I'm very excited on where we're going. I'm definitely encouraging you guys to definitely tap in and join us, man. Listen, not only are we going to show you how to build generational wealth, but we're going to have a good time in doing it. All right. So tap on in with your boy. All right. See you later. Bye. This video is for entertainment purposes, and I strongly recommend that you consult with your tax professional or your financial advisor when it comes to this particular section. But it is a very important section that you definitely want to check off on your box. Okay. And the last step, of course, when setting up your LLC, which I think a lot of people are aware of this, is opening up your business bank account. Okay. Now it's time to go ahead and get your business bank account set up and start putting some funds in so you can get your business properly set up. Okay. Now, of course, you want to make sure that you pick a bank that highly favors entrepreneurs and small businesses, that typically doesn't charge any high monthly fees or anything like that. And that could offer you the most amount of benefits for having a business bank account. So, there are, of course, plenty of options out there, whether you want to go with one of the big national banks that's highly recognized, regional bank, credit union, fintech company, really doesn't matter. I strongly recommend that you don't put all of your eggs in one basket, that you maybe want to open up one, 2 or 3 business bank accounts for your LLC and diversify your funds, right? We've all witnessed how bank failures, and other things that these banks are undergoing and things like that. So you definitely don't want to fall victim to any issues that a bank may go through. And the best way to do so is just leveraging the relationships with different banks out there. All right. So there you have it, guys. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, nothing that's super complicated or anything like that. the steps on how you'll be able to go ahead and set up your LLC 2026. Okay. Again, like I mentioned earlier, setting up an LLC is just not, a formality or anything like that. It is the foundation in order for you to go ahead and build your blueprint for your business. Okay. So you want to make sure that you do it right, and also you do it strategically as well, too. So therefore, you are setting up the steps for a success for your business. All right. Now, of course, guys, listen, if you do need help on being able to set up your LLC that's completely fine. Guess what? We've launched a community where we help entrepreneurs, not only in the instance of helping them set up their business, but also build business credit and get funding for themselves as well, to personal or business. We have two options. We have the free version of our community, as well as the paid version, which is only $49 per month, no commitments. You can cancel at any time. But I highly recommend just join the free community. I highly recommend to do so in the paid community. And not only that, I referenced this a little bit earlier in the video. Listen, we are also launching an extraordinary software, which is the Uptrend business software, one of a kind. And this is a software that all entrepreneurs should have access to, because not only this is an all-in-one solution that gives you access to your business credit report and scores alongside of your business credit monitoring, so you'll stay on top of your business credit reports. But more important, this software comes with an AI funding engine that will match you up to 100 different online lenders. So you'll be able to go ahead and get, funding for your business and being able to build business credit for yourself. Listen, don't take it from myself. Go ahead and try out a free week trial version of the software by hitting the link down below in the description. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. But again, thank you for making it to this point of the video. Thanks for watching. If you have made it to this point, the only thing that I ask for you at this time is to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. By doing so, again, this definitely helps us out. We don't ask for any donations, no virtual currency as Bitcoin or anything like that. We will never do anything like that. The only thing we ask is just a like and a subscribe, as that's definitely going to help us keep growing the channel, keep producing more content like this, because in 2026 and beyond, our objective and our mission is to help over 100 businesses scale to $1 million. And we need your support in being able to do so. All right. But other than that, listen, go ahead and drop a comment if you have any feedback of the content we left. Definitely would like to hear from you. Me and my team definitely check out the comments as well as respond to them. But thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, we are going to catch you on the flip side. Take care. Bye-bye.
Blueprint, yeah. Blueprint. This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep, Wesley Paul with Blueprint. This guests are exclusive. Get on and tune in and then learn some new tips about credit, finance, investment. A nice chance to get rich and buy land. Flip it, quick 9 bands. Learn all the skills from Wesley did it. Learn how to build successful business. Run up a mill and get the digits. Run up a mill. Look, safe place where guests are speaking. Based off financial freedom. All facts, no cap, believe it. Podcast, you have to see it.